Good evening, good evening. Hi, everyone. What are we doing? It's a nice night tonight.
My hope is there's a political...
Oh. Well, tonight was a little interesting. Crazy one-car accident. And as soon as the guy heard the fire trucks, he ran away. It's funny how that works.
OW. From the Fremont Abbey Arts Center, here's Linda Torres.
The happiest moment in my life was when I jumped into my husband's arms and I got back home from Afghanistan. Yeah. So he picked me up from Fort Benning, Georgia, if you know where that is, and we drove to DC where I was stationed. I was so excited to see Gina. She hadn't seen me in like 6 or 7 months, and she came home, and it would always be an empty house. And she saw me, and she was just like, "Oh, that's my person." So she came up to me and ran up to me, and she had her tail wagging just enthusiastically, and she came up to me and kissed me and circled me. So that was wonderful. So the next day, Adam, my husband, went to work. He was really busy and had a lot of work to do. I, on the other hand, had a lot of days off. I was really lonely and alienated, and I found out that I had a back injury, so I couldn't run or do yoga or do any of those things that I like to do for stress relief. But what I did was I walked to Gina a ton, and I played fetch with her, and I read books about war stories because I felt connected to the people in the books and stuff. But Adam was acting a little strange. He would come home late, and he would be really withdrawn and quiet and stuff. So I sat him down, and I was just like, what is up? And he said, you were gone, and I liked it. I never wanted to be married to you. So, yeah, so it didn't work out. So, yeah, but divorce was still really hard for me. I mean, I thought I was going to be with him for the rest of my life. So I remember deciding to buy a nice purple climbing rope from REI. And I was going to logistically figure out, I was going to go on a walk with Gina, and logistically I was going to figure out which tree to hang my cell phone. So I finally found a tree, and then Gina found the stick. And usually that means that you gotta stop whatever you're doing because you gotta throw the stick. So I threw the stick, and she came back to me, and she had the biggest smile and enthusiastically wagging tail. And that moment I knew that I had to take care of her, and she was going to take care of me. So the Army decided to move me across the country to Washington State. And I told Adam that I wanted to take Gina with me because she was my best friend during this really dark time. He told me he couldn't say no to me. So we moved here. Washington State there's something so transformative about living here, and that's, I don't know if it's the air, the views, the mountain. It was fantastic. It's been fantastic. So after a year of living here, the Army said, you're going to deploy again. So I sent Gina to stay with my family down in San Diego. My dad really enjoyed it. He said that he had found a partner to keep him healthy. So after a couple weeks, the Army said, just kidding, you got canceled for that deployment. So I went down to retrieve her. So my dad was just like, hey, can I have your dog? And I said, no, but you could, you know, I said no, but you could, like, during the flu season, I work a ton, so, and I'm going to be working on grad school and stuff, so you could keep her for a couple months. So flu season came around, and I sent Gina down to San Diego. This time I didn't go with her. My parents noticed that she was drinking a lot of water and that she was really tired, and we thought like she was really anxious from the flight and just really tired. So the next afternoon, my mom decided to cook her bacon, and Gina came up to her and she collapsed, and that was it. Yeah, the next couple of days were painful. I knew I had still one person who loved her as much as
there goes a skunk.
I did, and that was though we grew apart in passions, we loved. We had the same love for a wonderful, amazing dog. I am so thankful that I had her. She saved me. Through her, I learned focus, joy, and true love. Thank you.
That was Linda Torres. Linda has since moved to Philadelphia with her golden retriever, Ari, where she earned her doctorate in nursing practice. She continues to work and volunteer in the veterans community. Thank you for your service, Linda. To see photos of Linda and her dog, as well as other storytellers and their pets, go to themoth.org. While you're there, have you ever felt like you have a story you'd like to tell us?
Hey, Kent. Jeremy, that was the Moth Radio Hour. If you don't know about it, it's a storytelling series. Find it on the web, find it on NPR, where I'm listening to it. It's great radio. What am I doing? Come on, phone. All right. Thought I left. I guess I didn't do that. Oh, the critters are out tonight. Seen at least one cat. Just saw a skunk. Just saw a deer running in front of us. Where the heck are we going? I don't think I know this address. Where is this? What the heck is that? I might know the address. 50. All right. Yeah, if you like good stories, good storytellers, go find The Moth. Started in New York City and it's now in other places. Oh. Is that an apartment building? Yeah. I'm confused. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm hungry. I just ate a few hours ago, I swear to God. Got a tapeworm was working overtime. Evening, everybody. Oh, hello. Oh, oh, I'm hungry. I just ate. It's weird. Yeah, deer just ran across the road here a minute ago. Oh, there he is. He's out in the lawn there. 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. Remember, when there's one, there's always more. The whole family's over there getting dinner. Can't believe I'm so hungry now. Did I go? Yeah. How's everybody tonight? To go check out the road paving project. Oh, excuse me. Usually don't get too hung up by this traffic light. Oh. $3.29. I saw it for $3.25 earlier. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, on Tuesday. And that's the latest BBC News.
Thanks for the news and welcome to Newsday. James Cocknell is out in Westminster today and I'm in our London studio. Coming up, are Russians emboldened to express anti-war feelings now that...
Well, there's a certain guy who had his phone confiscated tonight by the FBI. But I'm not too worried because he's got plenty of pillows to cry into. Jerk. The pillow guy got his phone taken away at a Hardee's. I guess he had a moment of a lapse. Just had to get that Hardy burger. Those steel mills are making money tonight. Oh my God! I mean, I would have loved to have seen his face. Oh my God! He's crying all over the internet. They told me I shouldn't tell anybody. Oh, I think there's a big ball gonna drop on a lot of people. There are so many investigations going on. You can't. One guy I know who's a journalist, he says he's got a 4x8 whiteboard just to keep track of all the investigations against Trump. Oh, of course. And Truth Social and all these other propaganda sites. Yep. So anybody who's here from Cleveland probably knows a certain movie host from decades past. A famous name in Cleveland TV history. Goulardi. Oh, it sure is. So I went down memory lane tonight while I was eating, looking at all kinds of Goulardi footage on YouTube. So you don't even have to do the work if you don't want to. You can just go to my playlists and find Goulardi. There's 33 items there. So it came up on Twitter from Tom Nichols, who I follow on Twitter, Radio Free Tom. He's a very well-known writer for The Atlantic. He's a professor. He's done lots of things. He's into old TV. He loves old TV stuff. He loves like the Me TV channel and lots of retro programs. And they live in Connecticut. And some other guy was, somebody posted something about a movie host, like called The Ghoul or something. And I says, oh, I got the original Ghoul. So that's what made me go looking at stuff. And I just decided real quick, I'll create a playlist. And I found 33 items real quick. So now I've got my own little reference page for all of that, anytime somebody wants to know. Goulardi. Ernie Anderson, the voice of ABC, The Love Boat. Left Cleveland and made it super big. Where are we going? What's that? These new places, I guess. Okay. Where do we go here? There's all these new apartments and townhouses being built here. I'm not sure where to go. This GPS is mixed up here. GPS is mixed up, I think. It's been doing that a lot lately. Depends on where they're at when they use the apps. Come on, phone. Well, this is not the right place, I don't think. Okay, time to make a phone call. Okay. I'll be right back. All right. Good morning. Eternity. This is Cleveland, Ohio. Says so in the title, I think. I think I said so. And let's see, can we circle around? I've never been in this parking lot. Let's see, can we go that way or not? That looks like it's closed. Don't know. I don't think I ever drove down this street before. Well, they're repaving this street. Well, that's right. This street goes through. I keep trying to remember this, and I always forget it. I always choose the wrong choice instead of this choice. All right. No, we didn't. Maybe Saturday. My friend is supposed to have his machine with him Saturday. And maybe we can hook up if I don't do it before then. We got flashing lights up there. What we got there? EMS coming our way. Probably. Look like they're coming pretty fast. May have to get another chicken Philly. I'm hungry. I just ate a few hours ago. It's crazy. Parasites stealing my damn food. Oh, I always said I have a tapeworm. I'm always hungry. Oh, might have to go get another chicken Philly. At least it's a pretty decent little meal. Oh, excuse me. Still gotta post the pictures from that accident. I forgot to post those pictures. All right. Yeah, the My Pillow guy, he was crying on a short video clip. They took my phone. I don't have a phone. I don't have my stuff. I don't have my contacts. I don't have all my information. I don't even use a computer. Somebody goes, okay, right. This guy has 5 companies and he uses his phone to run his 5 companies? Yeah, that's a lie. What a sleazeball bimbo that guy is. It's a sleazeball bimbo. All right. What a charlatan that dude is. What is that? What is that? This car is a disaster. You'd think a homeless person was living in here. I'm terrible. Where are we at? We're here. Come on, car. Out of my way. Go this way. For a little bit. Hey, tribe. You have 2 of them. Yeah, I won't give that guy any money. I've heard stories about the materials he actually uses. I don't know, you know, but I won't give him any money. Oh, they tore a building down there. Wow. Tore that building down. Now I got to go to Google Street View to see what was there. 4 years, yeah. I almost bought some, but I never did. Now I would definitely not give that guy a penny. He's such a charlatan. All his stupid election computer nonsense. He's never produced even a speck of believable evidence. Just lies and innuendo and, you know, statements of, oh, we've got all this dirt. Yeah, well, show somebody. Then he got hacked himself. Silly man. Oh, okay, we're gonna go this way. I usually don't go this way. We'll go this way. There's a Big memorial on that power pole. Another fatality. So many of them. Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, a bunch of companies. That's right. A bunch of companies stopped carrying his product. Yeah. That's right. Okay. I feel so sorry for him. Not. Never make these lights. It's terrible timing. I don't get it. This is not good timing. Terribly organized lights. All right. Where's this device at? Oh, yeah. Now look at that. All right. What was I looking at? This. Green light. Yeah, that mob walk and talk that Trump had at his golf course the other day. You gotta wonder if some federal agencies got a warrant to wiretap him, because that would have been a conversation to have. That would be a conversation for the ages to have a record of, I bet. All right.
The customer requested you hand them the order. They added the following instructions. Hand it to me.
And we will. Kathy. Okay, it's a lot of food. I'm hungry. I could eat it. doing that. These things aren't paying anything tonight. Oh, hi. My name's Fredo. What's yours? All right. That's even worse. What is with this tonight? This is terrible. I'm not doing that one either. No, I would just wait for the guy. I probably could have left it. This is a big building. I don't know if you can see how big it is. It goes way up there. Elevators take forever. They're so slow. The building is so busy and full of people. Oh, this is even worse. These orders aren't paying anything. Wow. I might as well just go get a sandwich. I'm hungry. I can't believe it. I just freaking ate. And I gotta feed myself again. Can't afford that. Making any money. But when you're hungry, you gotta feed yourself. Jeez. I'm gonna... And... These things aren't paying at all. And I'm hungry. I might as well go get something to eat, because if I don't, I'll be crankier. Yeah, I get cranky. I get pretty grumbly sometimes. Oh. I thought that's what you guys were here for. What is this car doing so fast here? Oh. He scared me. He came up on me so fast. I'm kind of hangry right now. And like I said, I just ate, but I don't know. My system's like that. I can go through crazy amounts of food sometimes. Okay, now he's gonna turn right from the left lane. Oh, that's the ground steak, onions, potatoes, and a salad. It's a senior special. But it must be Chinese food because I'm hungry again. I don't know if I ever noticed these little Chinese lanterns hanging on the poles here, because we're in Chinatown. Those seem new to me. I don't remember ever noticing them. What are they going to do? Tear that down? I wonder if they're tearing down those buildings. Graphics. I'm in Chinatown, near east side of downtown. No, not meatloaf. Oh, I get that at another restaurant. I don't think I've ever had the meatloaf from that place. The other place has good meatloaf. I'll get it there. That's a couple more streets they repaved. Oh, let me show you guys this piece of art, this giant moving piece of sculpture. I should know the history on it. It's been moved around Cleveland like 3 or 4 times. Oh, it's not running now. Oh, that's a shame. It's not running. I forget the name of it. It's now on this property. It's this giant, wild-looking thing that some of it moves, if I remember. It's huge. I can't remember the history on it. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's like 30 some feet tall, 10, 20, 40 feet almost. It's been in various places around the city. There's no sign here or anything, just the weird fence around it that has all kinds of like political statements as part of the fence that's around it. It's a shame it's here. You can't really see the thing very well anymore. Guess we're gonna have to spend the measly dollars we made to eat, because I'm hungry. All right. I'll be right back, and then I'll go get some chocolate milk, and I'll become a more happy camper. Yeah, the stream freezes if the battery gets low on the phone, and the YouTube is so unfriendly. Their app is so poorly designed. When the pop-up comes up for low battery, it freezes the damn video. It's really terribly designed. They could design around that, and they don't care. They don't care. Oh. Oh. 49 degrees for a low. Yeah, the heater works. I do need to flush this car and change the thermostat. Taco Bell in that corner, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, wasn't it on the right corner there? I can't think. Oh my. All right. Get some chocolate milk. I used to be this pretty sad woman that would always try to panhandle here. And you give her stuff and she'd throw it on the ground. She had some serious mental issues. Sad case. You guys want anything? Oh, sorry. I don't have any money. there it goes again. It did it again, didn't it? Froze up again. Battery's very low. It's very hard for the phone to catch up when it gets low. Can't seem to push enough power when it's live streaming. I can turn the brightness down a little, maybe. It's pretty far down. It's the only thing I can do to save. All right. Lots of police around here right now. One in front of us, one over in the parking lot. It's like they're looking for something. It's like they're looking for something. There's a kitty cat crossing the street. Got 2 police cars, no waiting.
Watching the tide come in on the Thames, very poignant morning, I think, and you can just start to see some of the crowds, small numbers of people trickling in and taking up position, trying to get a glimpse of the gun carriage as it comes past later today. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very special moment for the whole nation. And I think the other thing is it's history in the making, and a lot of us may not see another one of these sad occasions in our lifetime. So I think from that perspective, it's just a day of mourning, but it's also a day of celebration.
It's our Queen. She's probably the grandmother to most of the people in the UK. That's all we've known as a monarch for 70 years. I'm 58 myself. That's all I've known, and I think the country has probably changed the day she died. For my own personal reasons to be here, to say that I can say to myself, I was there. After this COVID thing that's locked us all down, I think we need something to draw us together. And sadly, you know, the Queen has died, and all of a sudden the nation's sort of rallying. Maybe the world is rallying to the sad loss of the Queen.
Some views there from not far away from where we are, just outside the Houses of Parliament. We've seen that the BBC's political correspondent, Rob Watson. Morning, Rob. What are we expecting today and for the next few days?
What we're expecting today is going to be yet another chapter in the extraordinary sort of pageantry and ceremony and mourning since Queen Elizabeth died. And I think this really will be one of the great focal points that people who are there, and I'm going to be one of them, I hope, will never forget. So it'll start at very precisely 2:22 this afternoon, London time. 2:22, because if you leave Buckingham Palace then, that's exactly what time you need to leave to get to Westminster Hall at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And what's going to happen is that the Queen's coffin will be placed on a gun carriage. There will be 500 soldiers from the various royal regiments, including the Household Cavalry, the Grenadier and Coldstream Guards, and of course behind the cortege, behind the coffin, will come King Charles, his 3 siblings, and Prince William, King Charles's eldest son, and his younger brother, Prince Harry. There will be quite a sort of royal following, and of course we're expecting the streets, the route from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall to be sort of lined deeply with people with well-wishers from all over the country and indeed from all over the world.
Yeah, indeed, an incredible, difficult logistic challenge to stick all this together. I mean, people will have been planning for this, of course, for years in one way or another, but still a huge task with the funeral ahead and all those state visits.
Well, I would add decades. I mean, one of the things that's really important to understand about this, James, I think a lot of people have looked on at this and thought, God, that's incredible. You know, how the body was, how the coffin was moved in Scotland, everything that's happened since, the Accession Council, the sort of trumpeteers, the joint meeting of the House of Lords and House of Commons. This has been planned 4 decades. I mean, literally 4 decades. But absolutely, having said all of that, I mean, the police in London have made clear that this is an immense challenge. I think there's going to be something like 10,000 officers on duty. There will be some help potentially from the military and all sorts of other sort of security staff dragooned in to try and help, because this is bigger than the Olympics, and it's bigger than the funeral of the Queen's mother in 2002.
Yeah, and you might have heard police sirens in the background whizzing past us here at the Houses of Parliament as we wait for the Queen's coffin. There is, you might imagine, a really quite extensive security
another
presence,
chicken Philly.
Police officers to army members I've seen in uniform walking around, barriers and barricades. Not many people here right now. That comes later. Rob Watson, thank you very much indeed for that. Our UK politics correspondent. We can speak now to Karishma Sakari, UK correspondent for Nine Honey Australia, Australia's leading women's lifestyle network and the country's foremost authority on royal news. I've plugged you sufficiently there, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So, how big an event is this for Australia?
Look, Australia has a long history with the monarchy, but obviously with Queen Elizabeth as head of state. And I think the fact that we broke into rolling coverage across TV networks, the Queen was on the front page of every newspaper the day after she passed. It's been a big story, and I think it's, you know, been felt over there. Obviously, she was 96 years old. It was somewhat a long time coming with her decline over the last couple of months, but there was still this, you know, sense of shock.
Because, as people have been saying, as Rob was saying there, and others, for many, this will have been the only Queen they will have known.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been a lot of talk of memories that, you know, the Queen's visited Australia a number of times, and people, you know, have queued for hours and waved flags and wanted to get that second with the Queen or Prince Philip. And so many people have these amazing stories to tell from those moments, and you know, a lot of people make the sort of, I guess, pilgrimage over here and go and see Buckingham Palace and do the tour of the staterooms and that sort of thing. It's a big part of our culture in Australia as well.
You're based here, you live here, but I understand your network is flying in loads of people. You're not going to be on your own for the next few days.
Yeah, no, we have reinforcements, thankfully. We have people that have flown across from the TV teams, obviously, for their rolling coverage. We've got people from our digital team that are over here as well. So everyone is, you know, boots on the ground, working really hard to...
Captain Taria McFadden, who's accompanied with... She's with the Princess Royal, I think. Who's... just emerged, that's right, from the aircraft. And
Fredo, come on.
Timothy Lawrence.
You got to help out.
The Princess Royal, who spent quite a few days at Balmoral. And as Roya was saying a short while ago, has been really dedicated to her mother's care. And I believe we can maybe share some of the words that she has published this evening.
That's right. Princess Royal has just issued an incredibly moving statement in which she says, "I was fortunate to share the last 24 hours of my dearest mother's life. It has been an honour and a privilege to accompany her on her final journeys. Witnessing the love and respect shown by so many on these journeys has been both humbling and uplifting." She talks about how we've been reminded of how much her presence contribution to our national identity and how we may have taken that for granted. She talks about how she's delighted to so many people have offered understanding to her dear brother Charles as he accepts the added responsibilities of the monarch. And she says, and to my mother, the Queen, thank you. It's a very moving statement, and I think there's something about, Princess Royal bringing her mother back, how she spent that last 24 hours with her and is accompanying her on that final journey. It's a very, very moving statement from the Princess Royal.
Princess Royal, the hardest working member of the royal family, was on Wednesday fulfilling engagements in the Scottish Islands. She was in the Isle of Skye, so she was nearby and was able to be with her mother from Wednesday night onwards, and has been with her ever since. And two people said to me this afternoon coming through Green Park, one about the king, saying he's been every inch a king. And then he said about the Princess Royal, what a wonderful daughter.
Well, the wait in silence and wait in deep respect for the Queen's coffin to be brought from the Royal Air Force aircraft by the bearer party. There we see the Air Chief Marshal, Sir Mike Wigton, just in the centre of the frame, and with the Princess Royal and her husband, Timothy Lawrence.
I'm preparing my food so I can eat it.
The banner, the insignia, draped in black. The body of Her late Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, emerges from the Royal Air Force plane, brought by the bearer party, the Queen's Colour Squadron, 63 Squadron of the Royal Air Force Regiment.
Napkins. Oh. Where do I put this? Let's do that. There's the sandwich. That's half of it.
They're a party. Done its work crisply and perfectly. And the state hearse will soon be setting off for central London. Beautiful tribute that we heard from the Princess Royal. Which recall the privilege of having spent the last 24 hours with her at Balmoral. The journey is underway. Party there, including, of course, representatives of the church, politics, and the military. Standard of the King's Colour Squadron, the very powerful signal of respect because it's touching the ground, something you rarely see. The journey begins towards Buckingham Palace. It should take possibly around 40-45 minutes, but clearly it's a very slow and solemn journey. The police outriders and the Metropolitan Police clearing the way. The rain is falling. The headlamps are on already. And they leave the Royal Air Force Base at Northolt on that western approach to central London. The Princess Royal will be joining her brother, the King, back at Buckingham Palace. My colleague Sonali Shah has been witnessing the events there.
Hugh, as the roar of the engines shut down, the sound of the silence here was palpable. Yes, there was a small ceremony, but there was no band. It almost felt like a gentle return to London for Her Majesty. Everyone here, you could see a sense of heaviness on their faces, yes, but also there was pride that they were able to receive Her Majesty. And that's because during her time as Queen, Her Majesty visited this base on many occasions. Indeed, the Duke of Edinburgh was an honorary Air Commodore and attended many dinners here. That relationship between the military and the royal family is well known. It's here where you really feel that the strength of that relationship. Speaking to people here all afternoon, people have been telling me that they wanted to be here so they could give Her Majesty the send-off that they felt she deserved. And as the royal hearse left the airfield, I think there was a sense of calm, almost peace, that everything had gone to plan, everyone had done a good job, and they had given Her Majesty the send-off that they wanted as she departed the airfield for one final time.
Sonali, thank you very much. Sonali Shah there for us at RAF Northolt. Well, we are expecting, of course, the cavalcade to arrive here at about maybe 8 o'clock, maybe 8:05, but we'll just follow the progress that it makes, and it'll be slow, steady, respectful progress, as you'd clearly want, and as you clearly expect. To look ahead to tomorrow, when we will also have another solemn event, which will involve quite a lot of ceremony, but ceremony in the sense of showing respect, showing admiration, and conveying all of the grief that people have been feeling in recent days, and giving people an opportunity to file past the coffin itself in Westminster Hall, where it'll be lying in state. Let's take a little look at the location, because this will give you a better sense of what will be going on. And there you have Buckingham Palace, with Green Park on the left-hand side, St James's Park on the right, and then on the left, as they go up the Mall, Clarence House and St James's Palace, very familiar buildings, of course, for the royal family, and then turning left towards Horse Guards and across the parade, which is the scene of many happy birthday parades, along Whitehall, past the Cenotaph, where the Queen has so diligently and with such feeling paid tribute to those lost in conflicts over many years. And then into New Palace Yard and the Palace of Westminster, and the most ancient part of the Palace of Westminster, Westminster Hall, where there will be a vigil and where there'll be a lying in state by the late monarch, with members of the public being able to queue up very patiently, we hope, because it'll be a long queue to see the coffin and to show their respects. And with me, two very special guests, Major General Christopher Gaker, commanding officer of the Household Division, and a predecessor of his, Major General Sir Sebastian Roberts. So they're both very expert in the field, and we're very grateful to you for coming in.
Something you don't see, except maybe once in a lifetime. It's, interesting how most of the world has moved away from titles of kings and queens and rulers of such, but how a number of European countries still have kings and queens. And in Africa. Older countries, colonial portions of the planet. Everybody's quiet. Did you fall asleep in your chair? No. Let's see if I can look at anything here. Is there any work? Nothing there. Yeah, slow night. I guess there's not going to be much out here. Not much. Okay, I see a bug. Where's that bug at? It's crawling around on the windshield, isn't it? Inside or outside? Okay, he's on the outside. Hello there, Addison. Good evening. Welcome to Cleveland. I'm just stuffing my belly again. Got crazy hungry. City's quiet tonight, except for that accident that I was at. It's another really quiet night. I guess if we want some excitement, we can watch them go pave the road again. Which I do want to go by. I'm dribbling food. Now that I'm getting well sated. The sandwich is falling apart. Train coming. I keep forgetting we could go over there and watch trains. Well, we'll pull out of here in a few minutes. It's greasy. My fingers are greasy. Should have used 2 napkins. There's a penny on the ground. Where did that come from? Right back. Okay. Put that away. Superior Sweets. Never heard of that. What's that? It's dead out here. Got some action. Where's Fredo? Oh, there I am. Hello. I took a nap. All right, where are we at? We're gonna go this way. Where's my eyeballs? Okay, things are in focus.
Well, good morning, and thanks for having me. I think you guys have started paying primarily because, first of all, the ruling was binding, the ruling of the court, and the door remains open for as long as Uganda does not pay. And you will recall that the court said post-interest at 6%. But more importantly, I think as a political considerations, Uganda and the Congo and the DRC are in a better place. Diplomatically, they are cooperating more in the past few years, and just as recently as last year, they were undertaking a joint operation together. So I think those factors.
State Fair records, 60 songs on the charts, 15 of them in the top 10. Love Letters, 34 weeks a bestseller. How on earth did all of this happen?
There was lots of milk. I just kept drinking milk.
Come on, stop it, stop. You were in the old days the man in the white hat, and Elvis Presley was the man in the black hat. You represented good, and he was something dangerous.
Yes.
Did you enjoy that role?
Well, it's not so much that I enjoyed it. It was really good for both of us because it was great publicity. You'd have thought there was a feud between us, but there wasn't. We liked each other. He was supposed to be the rebel, and I was supposed to be the conformist. And there was some, truth in both sides of that. Now today, we seem like we're both in the same Cub Scout troop.
Now, you would never believe it. Do you happen to remember back to a snowy night, 44th Street, 1958? We showed a piece of film a minute ago.
I think I was on your show then, wasn't I?
You remember that, pal? I do remember, and it was the night that Elvis appeared on the Tommy Dorsey stage show. And I watched, I pulled the TV set out in the alley, and I was getting snowed on, literally, so I could watch his appearance because he was being so controversial. And I could tell right then he was going to be a big, big star. And, but Dick Clark knew about that. I met Dick when he was just the off-camera announcer on the original American Bandstand in Philadelphia.
That's right.
Hosted by Bob Horn.
That's right.
Bob Horn was an older guy who unfortunately was alleged to have made some mistakes with some of the teenage girls that were dancing. And Dick Clark, who was the off-camera announcer, took over the show. And then they took it to ABC in New York, and he never looked back. Right? And I and Jerry Lee Lewis were his first guests on that first American Bandstand show.
Did you know Bobby Darin?
Oh, knew him well. Robert Walden Casado.
Yeah, that's right. Died at 37.
And yeah, I really, again, felt heartache for him. He knew, I learned this then and to some extent later, that he had a congenital heart condition. And he had the sense he was not going to live to ripe old age. And he expressed the desire to be a legend by the time he was 30, and he did it.
When they have to give him oxygen after
there were times when, of course, they kept that really under wraps. He didn't want anybody to know it, but he was racing a clock, and of course he died young. But boy, he did become a legend in his own time.
And of course, Frank Sinatra.
Oh, Frank was always so good to me. He and Bing Crosby both made a statement that sounds like it had racial overtones, but it didn't. They just both said, because I could sing ballads as well as rock and roll, which they detested, neither one of them wanted to have anything to do with rock and roll. And here I was luxuriating in it, but they heard me sing ballads, and they knew I could sing something besides rock and roll. And each one said, I think Pat Boone is the great white hope for music. Well, they meant that because it was black music or race music that was taking over.
It was a compliment.
It was.
In your TV show, The Battle and Chevy Showroom, which ran from 57 to 1960, Johnny Mathis was on that program.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still out there somewhere, isn't he?
Johnny's still playing golf. I mean, he's had hip replacements, and yet he's still plugging, hitting the golf ball. Yeah, he was a track star. You probably knew that in college. A hurdler. He ran the hurdles, and that can take something out of your hips eventually if you keep that up a long time. But he's had. But listen, the number of people from the 50s. I do a show on Sirius XM, the 50s Gold.
Matter of fact, I heard your daughter Debbie
on that. Yeah, and every week I do that. It's been going great. And the number of stars from the 50s that are still around is astonishing. Neil Sedaka, Bobby. Oh gosh, I'll get Tony Bennett. Well, Tony Bennett, yeah, of course, he was from before. but Connie Stevens and Dion, the Belmonts, and there's just many guys from the 50s that are still around. And I don't know what it was about the music in the 50s, but rock and roll must have been good for you.
We're going to take calls next hour with you, Pat, but I want you to talk about your new book.
Oh, yeah.
That has just come out today. It's available on Amazon.com for sure. How about bookstores? Has it hit that yet?
Yeah, it's going into bookstores and truck stops and airports and everywhere. And it's a book that I think is the most important book I've ever written. And I've written other books that have sold millions. The first book was when I was in college, a book of advice for teens called Twixt 12 and 20, was a #1 nonfiction bookseller for 2 years, rivaled only at that point by Kids Say the Darndest Things by Art Linkletter, and The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale.
That's right.
And my Twixt 12 and 20, way back then, but this book, and I call it that simple word, 2 letters, is the most important word in the Bible. It's in there some 500 times, starting in the book of Genesis, where God tells Adam and Eve, if you eat the fruit of that knowledge of good and evil, just the one thing I'm telling you, don't do. If you do, you'll die.
Don't do it.
They did it, they died. And every blessing of God, which I've researched and is true, comes with an if. God loves us so much that he's done everything a God can do. He's trying to create a forever family. People who love him, want to be like him, live like him. But we make choices. He gave us the ability to make our own choices, and unfortunately, it's in human nature to want to do things other than what God wants us to do and that are even good for us, and that happens to almost all of us. And so he is trying his best all of these centuries to find people who want to do things his way and who want to live in heaven with him forever. But sadly, he wiped out the first human race in the time of Noah. And he found that the Bible says that every thought in man's heart by then was evil continually. It repented God that he'd made them. So he wiped out a human race, George, except for 8 people. Noah.
Pat Boone.
movie's out now. Good for you. Won the Mulligan film, which is about...
Hello, your pizza will be there in about a minute. Thank you. Let's see, which way to go, which way to go. What I really want to do is not go that way. Because I gotta go through so many lights. City is super quiet.
The customer requested you hand them the order. They added the following instructions. Hand it to me.
Is this for you? Yeah. What's the name? You got it. That's the password. Thanks for meeting me.
Oh, for sure.
All right. All right. That was quick, huh? It's another newly renovated building in the last few years. Apartments. What the heck is this? Oh, that's far. Where's this at? It's way up there. I'm gonna be stubborn tonight. I'm not taking some of these. And then this whole city block across the street Whole city block. And then a long way that way, all getting turned into one new corporate headquarters for cross-country mortgage. The same order again. Yeah, I don't think so. I must be the only person out here tonight. I should just pack it in for the night. There's nothing out here. Maybe if I went up into the heights, might be a little better. Let's look at this map. There's nothing out here tonight. It's dead. Dead, dead, dead. I don't have the motivation to chase after all these far drives. All right. Well, let's go watch some asphalt being put down for a minute. See what they're doing over there. Oh, I know what this truck is. I knew it before it even came by because I just know these things. There's money in that truck. There's money in that truck. Brinks. That's a Brinks semi. You know, money's got to move around to get from A to B. It's probably full of nickels, dimes, pennies, and quarters. Downtown look like? We haven't been through here tonight.
Lincoln Studio.
Mike Snyder here. Now would be a great time to clean out your garage and donate that old car to Cars for Kids. It's easy. Call today, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K.
I gotta find me a lawnmower tomorrow. Either borrow or buy.
I'm only doing this for $55
24 people before October 1st, so the time is now. Get your mild weather gas furnace and credit deal at mitchellsmagic.com.
News Radio, WTAM 1100. WTAM 1100.
To talk to George Norrie, call the wild card line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies toll-free, call 800-618-8255. To reach George via Skype, use Skype name George97313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. From the City of Angels, this is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
And this hour, we're going to take your phone calls with Pat Boone. If you've listened to him growing up, jump aboard. If you just know who he is now, come on and make the call. We'll be back with Pat Boone and you in just a moment on Coast to Coast AM. Sea Crane has one of those best ways to help you be prepared for those extreme weather conditions that can knock out the power. The CC Skywave radio sounds an alarm when the NOAA weather issues an alert, and that alert can warn you in advance of an impending problem, and it might save you. It also receives AM and FM and is built for great reception and clear audio. The CC Skywave also makes an excellent pocket travel size radio. It covers short wave and the aviation band for travel, which lets you listen to nearby pilots and air traffic controllers. Runs up to 70 hours on just a couple AA batteries. Call Sea Crane. You can call them now to order the CC Skywave radio at 1-800-522-8863. That's 1-800-522-8863, or visit them online at seacrane.com. Also available at REI and Bi-Mart locations.
Real people, real stories. I had acute eczema. I have tried every cream and ointment that you can imagine. It was pretty miserable. So I started taking Onivora, and at this point,
All right, I'm gonna take a necessary room break here for a minute, and probably come back. Go check out the paving job over there by the West Side Market. Terminal Tower, red and blue tonight with a white tippy top. Always pretty. There's Key Bank Tower, tallest building in Ohio. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Ciao. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and if you like, give a thumbs up. Ciao.